Hello, people. My name is Kali Boss. The only boss. Oh, wait, what else? Have you heard? Wait, do you know that Tap Tap Send is live in Texas? Oh, you didn't know? We went to New York. Now we are live in Texas. So people in Texas and around, all you have to do is to download Tap Tap Send. Yes, Tap Tap Send has become the most unique, secure, and fast way of sending money across the world to your loved ones anywhere. Okay, so download Tap Tap Send on Google Play Store or App Store, and when you're in Texas or around, you just have to put in the code TXGH. What did I say? TXGH, and you get $10 for your first transaction you make. Mahama media, Texas, you drew ho. Very soon we'll conquer everywhere. Download Tap Tap Send now on Google Play and App Store. Tap Tap Send, it's secure, convenient, easy, and fast.
Flex TV presents September to Remember. Only September to Remember. Dubai tour with Sammy Flex. ATM wakonya na oni yako Dubai. Na wako shewani su adie. Na fe ya sansu adie ni abo. Na yebeko tour places biti se Desert Safari, Dubai Frame, Atlantics Water Park, Dubai City Tour. Na fe yacht party nsu tietia. Na ya sansu party in the cloud. ATM ayen komani ya mekanchiro. Da bi ya September to Remember. Dubai tour with Sammy Flex. Na yebasu 24th September. Dikosi 29th September. Anni. For any reservation, anasen chirichirimu bia any fresa huma true forway 0243 514732 ana plus 971 559 494061. Proudly sponsored by Sankofa Restaurant, Taste Africa, Ohineba Jemai TV, NFA, Edike Media. September to Remember Dubai tour with Sammy Flex. Ebeye kikim.
Everybody check now. Check it. Check it, check it. That beat is real. Don't wait, make it kill ya. Get your green select glucometer and check it. Sugar level, check it. Check it. Green select glucometer. Check it. Push sugar level for check it. Check it. Reselect glucometer. Everybody check now.
This advert has been vetted and approved by the FDA.
So whilst we were preparing to go for some meetings critical to the activities leading to the Freedom Wave concerts, we had to sit and rush through some of the topics, and I'm being very honest here, rush through some of the topics so we don't miss out on the evening's edition of our shows here on Sammy Flex TV. Myself and Roland, we have to step into a very critical meeting in connection with Freedom Wave concerts at the Accra Sports Stadium. Because of that, we could not wait for the rest of the team members to join us, but still, we had to do the work of God. So we decided to sit together, rush through some of the topics, so you guys will not be left out. And that is what I believe. Give it to the people as they want it. So we are about to look at the stories put down today here on the show. Sammy Flex is going to be a host and a pundit, and Roland is going to be a pundit as well. And that is how we are going to handle this. With our people, Digital Rasta, still called Currency, who is handling our camera for us, and Richie Flex, editor, director of the show. Meanwhile, Tap Tap Send is still here with us. So if you are watching us and you are thinking about how to send money from abroad to Ghana, remember it is just one app that will do it for you. Tap Tap Send. Download it today and use the promo code SammyFlex, and you are sure going to be fine. Welcome.
Thank you, big man.
What is your expectation for this year's Freedom Wave concert? Because I know you are the guy who actually bet the 360 idea, aka Roland 360. Chairman 360. But this year, looking at how it has started, what is your expectations for it? Because I know activities have started and we have to rush into a meeting at Accra Sports Stadium. Because of that, we could not even wait for our partners to do this with them.
True.
What is your high expectation for this year?
Actually, my expectations are high because I see this. In fact, the vision I have for the Freedom Wave concert goes even beyond Shatawale and Medical. The vision I have for this particular, and I am very happy that this year is actually turned into a festival kinda, because that is actually the vision. I am looking at the way our artists fly to different countries to go and play festivals. Not long ago, I think Jeduble went to play the Rabbit Hole Festival, and among these top festivals that happens in other countries. So I am seeing the Freedom Wave being one of those, the topmost festivals on the African continent or on the world map, where artists would now yearn to fly from their country to come and celebrate with us. And I am happy even with the lineup of activities. This is just organized by Medical and Shatawale. Okay. And so the activities prior to the big day is in line with what they do or the things they believe in. True. But moving forward, I believe this can expand. Since they are doing this on their own, and this is the maiden edition of the festival, that is the Freedom Wave Festival. Subsequently, I want to believe others who would also want to join the train or would also see the vision and would want to tap into it. Already the numbers on these particular flyers have been very busy.
Yesterday, Kobe Josman was here and I told him to handle it for me because when I become too hot, I don't even want to see it.
I know, right?
So yesterday I gave it to Kobe Josman to handle for me and
you can
he felt it.
Even the enthusiasm, the anticipation from the people, the way people are receiving, the way the numbers keep buzzing each and every day gives me some level of joy that yes, this is something that the people have come to understand and also to believe that this goes beyond even the pioneers or the people who birthed this particular concept. So my anticipation for this year, it is cool, calm and collected, but then I am anticipating lots of fun beyond what happened last year.
Well, I am also expecting something beautiful. Because as it stands now, the plan we even want to execute, sometimes I look at them and I become scared. Roland can say, massa. Don't come and stress me. Yeah, because the plan is too huge that you wonder how the execution will be with all the stress involved. But we're still pushing, we're still making sure that we will be able to do it. And surely we will do it. Now, because I've said we had to rush to a meeting and most of our people don't live around and we couldn't wait for them, we are going through some of the topics we've gathered today for Freedom Wave concert. And again, we also have some interesting topics elsewhere that we want to look at. First, I want us to look at the death of the Nigerian boy, Mohbad. I don't know what you have heard about it so far. I don't know what you have to say about it. Well,
it's a very sad news, of course, looking at his age and how long he's been in the space. This is somebody that carries so much prospect. In fact, what made me more sad was seeing some of our people, the likes of Last Mid and all, sharing even contacts that they've had with the guy in terms of even recording tracks and all that. So many people have released snippets of an unreleased tracks with
Ghanaian artists, you mean?
Some Ghanaian artists and even Nigerians.
Okay.
Some of them have also released snippets. This morning and afternoon, I was on some Nigerian blogs and I was monitoring the space, and you realize that guy has mad love. Okay, so what is on the screen is the Last Minute thing. Okay. Where it says, we created a banger and was waiting for the right time to drop. Today, you are no more. This song might not come out again. My prayers up to the family. Rest well. It's a very big blow to the Nigerian music industry. Yes, so some people would argue that he's not as big as the Burners, the Davidos and all that. But this is the future of the music industry. If the young ones that are supposed to bury the parents are rather leaving, it doesn't paint a good picture. And he's very young. Of course. 27. 20 in your 20s there. It's very young. This is why I have a problem with young boys who insult older people. You want to die early? Is that what you want?
27.
Well, and the allegations here and there on Naira Marley, you know, he belonged to the camp of Naira Marley.
Yeah, there's something I want to do an editorial on, like a very serious editorial on.
And the allegations flying left, right, center is one thing that is also making me feel like some form of unease, because I am just imagining how people would want to extend helping hand to the young, and later it turns out this way. I am not saying Naira Marley is an angel or his camp they are angelic or something. Yes, I would wish that the service or the police service or the security agencies in charge of some of these things would take this particular issue up, because it doesn't look good both for the late guy and also the Naira Marley and his people. It doesn't look good at all. Some of these things, when they don't find the roots and also settle these news, it will hang on you for the rest of your life.
True.
We know some people who have been tagged. Even Bulldog, our very own Bulldog, is even suffering some of these things with the alleged allegations on the Fennec death. Yeah. Some of these things, if you don't take care, it is going to hang on your neck for the rest of your life, and you might not be able to tear yourself away from it. So me, I would wish that whoever, since the death is kind of mysterious, looking at the videos that the guys have been doing already, I've seen a video of Naira Marley also reacting to it, saying the guy has been on drugs. That is what some of these allegations have been about the boy. Either way, they
think what he's a drug addict.
That's the picture they are also painting. That is their reaction from the camp.
Okay.
And even if the boy was on drugs, this is a human being we are talking about. And since the death is kind of mysterious, even if he was knocked down by a vehicle, they still need to investigate.
True.
And this is not just an ordinary person. This is somebody that is more or less a people's person now. He's moved from being somebody's boy to now somebody that people love. So the moment he exits like that without any tangible explanation, the security service, just like they would treat any other important person, should treat this particular issue with some level of importance.
True.
Because if they don't, it will come back to haunt Naira Marley whether he is guilty or not. And that is where my fear is. It is better for you guys to investigate and let the world know that this is what happened to him, or this is the root cause of whatever happened, than for you to leave it hanging years and people wouldn't know their left from their right, and rather would be pointing, accusing fingers without any evidence to some people, destroying people's career, because some of these things can destroy people's career easily.
True. Because if, say, the law should come in and the police should start arresting some suspects here and there, it will surely affect some people.
Definitely, people would have to leave their jobs, their livelihoods to attend to some of these things. And in Africa, this part of the world where we come from, sometimes it is sad how some of these security agencies treat some of these cases.
True.
Because it is very sensitive, has some kind of hype around it. Initially, you see them kutu, as if they are doing this, they are doing that, and give them 2 months, 3 months. Then the issue dies out. You wouldn't hear any updates. You wouldn't hear anything, and then it would just be rumors here and there, destroying people's livelihood like that. So me, I wish him, my condolences to the family. And I wish the security agency in particular, they are the people I'm more concerned about, to put this issue to bed as quickly as possible.
I was also thinking about something, that when it comes to the African entertainment industry, especially the music industry, and how when there is a dispute or a misunderstanding between record labels and artists, so far, I think both Ghana and elsewhere, I think we have failed in handling some of these issues. Because when you come to Ghana, you look around us, some of the disputes between record labels and artists, how we've handled it, it has never been the best. So there are people who are living with pain throughout some of these deals. Maybe before you know, today, Familia and Ogidi Brown, there are pains in somewhere. Today, Black Sheriff and Wayne Chavez, there might be pains somewhere. Before, today, Kewa and Last Made, Mr. Drew and all those people, there might be some pain somewhere. It goes on like that. So when thanks to my friend Senti, aka Innocent, when he sent me the stories this morning, I was going through it and I said, well, this is where we have all failed as an industry. Whenever there is an issue between artists and labels, we don't solve them.
It's
We don't solve them.
It's very true. It's
We
very
just
true.
discuss them, and the real solution, we don't look for it for them.
And sometimes the sad thing, one sad thing about it is that we tend to tell them to keep quiet.
That's what I'm saying.
And at the end of the day, if you don't solve the person's problem, but you ask the person to let go, somebody can just say with their mouth that, oh, I have let go, but probably in their heart, when they meet you on the other side or on a different table, you might not take it
They
easily.
operate differently.
Of course, you might not take it easily like that. And these things psychologically are like scars. They are like scars on people's body that which don't easily get lost. Whenever you want to see them, they can open it up and show it to you. So if these scars are imprinted in people's mind, or people have these mindsets about others where they have unresolved issues like this, the moment it happens they meet you on a different tangent, know that they have it has the tendency of triggering whatever has happened in the past, and you might find yourself wanting. So this is very sad.
I watched a video of Bella Shmurda talking about how the guy really needed help, yet nobody was taking him serious. I hear at a point when the Nigerian music industry seemed to have deserted the guy, he was the only guy who was around for him, the Bella Shmurda guy.
Yeah.
That is what I'm hearing. And in this interview, maybe Richie can let us watch. He's talking about the fact that the whole Nigerian music industry, knowing there was a problem between him and the label, they did not pay attention.
Wow.
And when I watched the interview, I said, the guy is saying something. He says there is a problem. They need to fish it. Yet, as usual, it's like the Black Sheriff and all the news stories that have happened.
Just hang
we will just talk about it.
And
what the parties are really looking for, we don't investigate to help them. Maybe we have to tell them to go to the law courts. Let the court follow the case to its due course, so that everything someone is looking for out of this dispute, they get it. We won't. Oh, Nyeshe, leave it. Oh, that's okay. Leave it. That's okay. It can put pains in someone forever and ever. Well, let's listen to Bella Shmurda, and when I come back, we move on to another story.
I don't have to say this, but I'll say this. At the point, me and Mohbad were in an apartment, and Mohbad was like, he wants to jump from the upstairs. I don't have to say this, but I'll say this. At the point, me and Mohbad were in an apartment, and Mohbad was like, he wants to jump from the upstairs because of this labor issue. But we go hold this boy from window. Mohbad don't almost jump. Now his girlfriend just enter room, see Mohbad sit down for window. Because of all these things, bruh, you can't just keep going on that. And these people are just forming. There's nothing happening. Something is happening. Something will make you think, say you won't take your own life. Bruh, it's going to the extreme. Now you go happen, you go the right RIP, and we love them. No, there's no love there. And none of them will speak up. They inside that place. None of them won't look anybody high. Me, I know they under anybody. Bruh. If you face me, I face you. This boy is going to a hospital for hypertension stuff. Why? Because if you dey labor, bruh, no. It can't continue, bruh.
Right.
Yeah.
So
Someone have to talk.
Somebody had to talk.
Yeah, and it's not fair.
Well, that was Bella Shmurda in this particular podcast interview, talking about the fact that even at a point, Mo wanted to even go commit suicide by jumping some stories to kill himself. He was saved timely by people who were around, including his girlfriend and all that. So once again, in my editorial, I touched on some of these things, and I pray that when issues in our record label happens, we should not just sit down, treat it anyhow, and think everybody will be fine. They won't be fine. We need to talk about them very, very well. And I pray that we continue to do that conversation every now and then. Now, let's move on to another Ghanaian related story where Patienc Nyarko, in an interview with Mark 2 on Adom FM, has put out something worth talking about. According to Patienc Nyarko, she thinks that if our Ghanaian music industry has even been left for a Ghanaian to run, especially the Ghana Music Awards, and I'm particular about Ghana Music Awards, if it was even left for a Ghanaian to run, maybe it wouldn't have been where it has gotten to. And again, she thinks that it has really helped our industry despite the business that they are doing. I didn't know what business she was talking about though, but she said despite the business that they are doing, they are still doing well, and that if we had left it in the hands of a Ghanaian, maybe the industry wouldn't be where it is now. Let me get your reaction to this. I'll be right back.
Like, young Kanokre, Ghana Music Awards. I think, say, like, young Kanokre, Ghana Music Awards. I think, say, young Kanokre, Ghana Music Awards. I think, say, Abua Ghana Music. All those who are your business no. Abua papa. The yenfa yenisha Ghana industry munyina na yensha say. Invent Ben Drew while you see like how a be more like
the mileage
and those things. And I am comforting because I Nigeria ni na ya dia Ghana ni na ye krankegu. Like yensha we munya na Ghana deba de I start here yet media kwa wie
baba akoso che me ayenyi okay be we see me for evidence na man evidence nti
I was about ube hu afin enti won say your ball ma baso whether you Ghana ni na yo Nigeria ni na yo say wa yama na ye no nko ade wo say your ball ma baso.
Well, this is also another conversation. I think some few weeks ago we were out of town with the PRO of Vodafone Ghana Music Awards, Robert Clark. And in my conversation with him, I told him that, Charlie, you guys need to be commended because your award scheme has really kept the industry on its toes. And without an award scheme like this, maybe things wouldn't have been good for our industry. And Patienc Nyarko is also thinking that if it hadn't been a scheme like VGMA, the industry would have gone down, and that even if a Ghanaian had been running this, it would have been dead by now. Are you okay with that statement?
Even if you see, even if you are not okay, she will still get some few situations to back her point, and it will still make sense. You see, we are in an industry where it is an ecosystem, where we know some wings in the ecosystem are being run by people we know.
True.
And we know how far these institutions have come. Institutions that were supposed to help the industry to some extent. The VGMAs as an award scheme or an event company is also in a different sector, which is also contributing to the upliftment of the industry. Just like Musica, just like Gamro, just like the acting industry. All these things are components of a large industry. So let's now pick these institutions one by one. See the people or look at the people who are managing these institutions, and let's compare their efforts and the results we are getting now to these other institutions like the VGMAs or the Charterhouse, who are also managing an event sector kind of industry. You understand? And let's see their efforts and the results we've gotten from them even currently. You realize that to some extent she's making a point. It is not me, my own is she saying Yejama Ghana for, because there are some institutions that have also been run by Ghanaians that have been successful
in the entertainment industry.
Of course. Of course, there are some institutions that have been run by Ghanaians that have been successful. Yes, the movie
She is talking about the entertainment industry and not anything away from it.
You see,
there are some things done by Ghanaians that are very successful, but she is particular in the entertainment industry.
Yes, and the entertainment, when you say the entertainment industry, it is huge, and it is bigger than one sector. True. If she is talking about the event and music sector, I would give it to them. But the entertainment industry at large, yes, they are contributing, but left to them alone, they wouldn't have been able to save the industry like she is painting the picture. Because as far as I'm concerned, how many times do they even organize these events? The VGMAs. It is once in a year. And even if artists are supposed to perform, how many artists get performance slots on those platforms to even earn money? There are some institutions that are being managed by Ghanaians. The Boom Play Ghana branch are being managed by Ghanaians. And that is where musicians are able to plug their music to get royalties.
True.
Chemo is the digital consultant for this platform. And it is also part of the entertainment industry. He is a Ghanaian managing the space. And that is where some people are also getting their monies from. So if she's talking about the event and music industry in that particular sector, I would give it to them that had it not, they've contributed about 50% to save that side of the entertainment industry, but not the entertainment industry at large. Because when you say the whole entertainment industry, it entails a lot too.
So they are just doing a part of it.
Exactly.
Which is say the event department.
And the music, they've done it very well. That I would give it to them. They've done it very well. And it is some people would also disagree with her with that Ghanaian Nigerian kind of attitude. But I mean, we can't shy away from it. See, if you want to bring it up, even let's move it from the whole entertainment industry bracket and let's go to the event side. There have been some award schemes like the Base Awards, among other awards that have come and are no more currently. Let's look at how many years the VGMAs have stand the test of time. Three music awards is how many years now? 5. And it is off this year. It wasn't able to come on. You understand? And VGMAs have suffered the same things that these awards that collapsed suffered. They've suffered the same thing. When it comes to sponsorship drought, they've been there. When even COVID, they also suffered some, just like any other industry. But that's resilience from them to still maintain that zeal to still organize, continue doing it is what the woman is praising them for. And that I tell you, when you take 10 Ghanaians, you can only get 1. But when you take 10 Nigerians, you can get 8. That is what the woman is saying. That resilient spirit in that will push somebody to still continue something even in hard times is what the woman is saying. So it is not as if the VGMA has saved the entire industry. When you look at it from that angle, you'll be wrong. But in terms of an award scheme, an event organization, saving the event sector in that sense, it has done a lot.
But do you also think that without the VGMAs, our music industry will not look good? Do you agree? It would, but you see, it will what? It will look good. It will look good without the VGMAs. Without it, but because it has contributed so much, you can't overlook it. You remove them from the equation right now, and the gap will be huge. That is and if the gap is huge, how then? So assuming the VGMA didn't exist, definitely there would have been something to fill that void, and it wouldn't come today. It wouldn't have come today. It would have been there since the time the VGMA erupted. That's what I mean. So we wouldn't have we wouldn't feel it. We would not feel it like, okay, now if something has not happened, there is no knowledge about it, so we will not even say, we can't even measure its contribution to the industry or its effect. But since the VGMA has been part of us, definitely we can measure its effect on the industry to say that, okay, now when we take it off, this is the void that will be created, or this is the deficiency that the industry is going to suffer. So now we can measure it like that. If it had not been in existence, definitely something would have replaced it. That's what I mean. But then, because it has been with us, its contribution to the industry is huge, and we can't overlook it. I see. Let's look at Rema's acceptance speech at the MTV Music Video Awards. As it stands now, people are reading different meanings into it, thinking that he was even shading Odogu, the Burna boy. I have also followed this, and I have something to say. I also think that between Burna boy and Rema, something is happening. Something is happening. I don't know who is actually pushing this agenda. Whether that agenda is being championed by they themselves, as in the artist, or some external forces who are out of their domain. I'm not too sure where this agenda is coming from. But first, let's listen to what Rema said during his Thanksgiving when he won the Afrobeat Song of the Year with Selena Gomez. And with Rema and Selena Gomez, once again, Mini Yano, what is happening? What's up?
Waiting to happen.
What's up? Is it happening or yet to happen? I'm too confused. I'm not too sure what is happening. As in, is it ongoing already or they are yet to spark it? I'm not too sure. But let's watch this. I'll be back.
Africa in the house tonight. First of all, I want to give big thanks to God. I want to give big thanks to my fans. Make some noise. I want to give big thanks to my team. Big shout out to Selena. I want to say I love you from the bottom of my heart. This means so much, seeing Afrobeat grow this big and being here on this stage representing Afrobeat tonight. I'm so happy. But one thing I will not forget to do tonight is forget to shout out the people who opened the doors for me. Big shout out to Fela, who started Afrobeat in the first place. You know? To Baba, Don Jazzy, the Bands, the Prince, Runtown, Timaya, Two-Face, Wizkid, Burna Boy, Davido. And I want to give a big shout out to the new generation of Afrobeats. We're here to take it to the rest of the world. And one more time, make some noise for Selena Gomez. But before we walk out of this stage, I feel Selena should say something, you know? I want you to come on.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Rema, for believing in me, and thank you for choosing me to be a part of such an incredible song that's been able to break records. Thank you to all of you for listening, for streaming. I could not be more honored, and I want to send all my love to Nigeria. Thank you.
Well, sending love to Nigeria means a lot to my people. I know this is what they want, and they'll come and tell me, Sammy, you see, we are far gone. Well, so I look at this photo and I ask, Mini Yano, I mean, what they happen? Is Rema eating the thing or what? Because this picture is too intimate.
Oh, he can eat.
This picture is too intimate. It is not just any other person that can take such a photo, or you can relax like that on their shoulders. Well, Ro, well, what's it in there?
It will depend. The man has been very political in his speeches lately. So it will only take somebody who knows the background of some of these happenings to connect the dots. Yes, he wouldn't come direct or explicit to state whatever he wants to say, because he knows the music business and its affiliations, the strings involved, that sometimes if you don't take care, you can just hang yourself by some of the things that you say, because the people that you might shake today, you might meet them tomorrow. And looking at the fact that they are all trying to push the same thing, which is African music, you have to tread very cautiously, especially even if you have a problem with the next person, because probably you guys have the same goal, that is to push African music. Sometimes when you get on the world stage, you need to be very diplomatic and political in the things you say, even if you don't like the person. Leave the dirty ones between you guys in the house. When you get to Nigeria or when you get to your comfort zone, you guys can throw your blows. But on the world stage like that, sometimes it is always advisable for you to be very political and very cautious about the things you say, which is why Rema would want to give out some of these punches and all that. Because the rumors
slow punches.
Oh yes, the rumors about Burna Boy and Afrobeat is some way in the space. I don't know why some Nigerians, let me use some Nigerians still do not give or don't want to give Burna Boy his flowers in the music space. he has done a lot.
You think they don't want to give him?
Of course.
Have they not given him already?
They have, but I still ask myself, why does this guy, with every opportunity that he gets, his speech is always bitter about Nigeria? That's what I feel.
As in
Burna Boy. Yes.
Okay.
Any opportunity that he gets in interviews, on stages, whenever he's speaking, you can see or you can feel that bitterness about where he's coming from. So I tell you, okay, if the people celebrate you that much, they hold you down that much, why do you still hold some of these things in your heart? That's what it makes me believe that, yes, if from the outside we far away from their industry, we probably might see that, or might think that everything is rosy, but he being with his people know the kind of politics that's going on. And I believe that's the reason why he's feeling bitter. For Rema's speech, one thing that I liked about the speech is how he was able to politically speak to the people's heart. You see the message he was preaching. He cared about,
and he started this agenda from the head. So
yes, he started. He started he killed about 3 or 4 birds with just one stone. Oh yes, emphasizing that fella is the originator of Afrobeat. Whatever anybody says from anywhere is a lie. It is fella.
Yeah.
And this is almost the second time or the third time he's saying this. So yes, in terms of writing history, when you hear it more, it indirectly authenticates that particular statement. The more you hear it, and from different angles, different quarters, without any challenge, it will authenticate it easily. So he said it on Headies, he's saying it on MTV. Tomorrow you see him on a different platform and he will say it. Give him 3 years with this same statement and that's it. Nobody can rewrite it again. It will be stamped in every book. That's how it is. And I like how he's championing that cause, regardless of whatever anybody says. So even if it is his own country, some of his countrymen who don't agree with it, that is what he's saying. And another thing has to do with,
and he's stuck with it. He's not changing.
He's not changing it. That's what he's saying. The second one has to do with his level of gratitude. You see, he giving respect to the people that set the pace for some of his and his kind to be big like this is one that gladdens my heart, and I doff my heart for him. Look at the names he was mentioning. The Don Jazzies, the Two Babas. He started from Fela, the Don Jazzies, the Two Baba, whoever, P Square. Look at the list he was mentioning. I ask myself, how many of our artists would, yes, all of them, see the hip lifers, even the current crop of artists, all took most inspiration from these guys. How many of them will get international platforms like this
and speak
and give these people their flowers? The last time you were talking about is it Amrado or so?
Yeah.
Who was given an award, presented an award, like he was given an award by Obrafo.
I think it was Lyrical Joe.
Lyrical Joe, thank you.
Lyrical Joe.
Who was given an award by Obrafo and couldn't even acknowledge the fact that it is Obrafo.
Yeah.
It is Obrafo.
That point that he missed it.
It is Obrafo, somebody who has helped rap down, like rap in Ghana. You can't talk about rap in Ghana without mentioning Obrafo. And this is a legend who has paved the way for that particular craft to be attractive in our space. For you to, even if you took your inspiration from somewhere, he in this land is one of the few who gave that light to the fact that it is possible you can be here and do it. So for somebody like that to even hold a plaque and present it to you is even a huge achievement. It's even something that you can boast about. How many people will get that opportunity for a legend like him to present or do some of these things for them? So when Rema did mention those names, in fact, I am very happy that yes, these young guys, as much as some people will think, oh, the new crop of artists are quote ungrateful and all that, there are some who also know where they are coming from. There are some who also pay respect to pacesetters, because tomorrow it will also be somebody doing it for Rema.
True. Because they will not be on top forever.
Of course, they will not be on top forever. So definitely it will be somebody else paying another respect to Rema. Because I tell you, Rema and his likes are also inspiring the next generation.
True.
And those people are also taking inspiration from the likes of Rema. So if you are able to pay respect to the people that set pace for you, then you too, when it gets to your turn, people will equally give you your flowers. So this coupled with the shots that he threw, like I said, he killed about 4 or 5 birds with just one single speech, and that's nice.
If really Rema is throwing shots at Burna, is it good for the future between them and maybe the culture and where they come from?
For the culture, nobody would argue. Like they will tell you, it is for the culture. Whatever they do, whether fair or foul, some of these things uplift the culture anyway. And these are Afrobeat artists. Whatever you do, whenever you want to talk about it, you talk about it in connection with Afrobeat.
True.
So if it is for the culture, we know some of these things are part of the game. It will happen. But for the only worry would be if this becomes personal.
Okay.
Or it becomes petty. Where some people would see this beyond the culture, and even on tables that they are supposed to put all these things aside, would want to be petty on this. That is where the danger would be. Other than that, it's part of the game. It's part of the game. Burna Boy, when he was coming, also at a point didn't give a hoot about certain people, even the people who were even bigger than him. Yes. If you follow Burna Boy throughout his journey through Ghana, South Africa, and all that, you know the kind of person Burna Boy is. Even Rema Cry is being political. Burna Boy has never. Burna Boy is raw and blunt, like he just spill it out.
It the way
the way he feels like. You understand? Rema is even being political. So some of these things there, it is not surprising to me. I am not surprised. It's part of the game. I just hope and pray that it doesn't become petty, or they don't take it too personal, but they are able to see it be like they are able to just keep it within the culture. Okay, this is just something to generate conversation for the Afrobeat. This is just something to just keep it spiced up or keep it heat up in the space. That's all. But when we meet personally, or we sit on our round table and are drinking, we would know that, oh, even when you are doing an event, I can even pass through to support you when I'm doing an event. But then we can still find ourselves throwing 1 or 2 punches, and it is good for the culture.
We are not stopping.
Yes, we are not stopping. It's cool like that.
Well, our time is up, but I want us to see if we can use some 10 minutes to do this. Richie, I would want us to listen to Bullet's response on the Wendy Shay saga. And because Nana Regan is here, let's see if Nana Regan can give us some updates on what is really going down. And we are sure going to do that to wrap up the conversation for today. I told you we are actually running late for a meeting, but Nana Regan just walked in. So let's see how best we can wrap up with this, because this was going to be one of our topics. And since he's here and he has updates, let's see how we can do it. Meanwhile, earlier, I heard in an interview on radio, Hits FM to be specific, where the CEO of Rough Town Records, Nana Ajiman, aka Bullet, Nana Ajiman Ricky Nana Ajiman, was talking about the fact that some people were surely going to talk about how he has been handling his label and the accident, and they were going to read meanings into it and blah blah blah, boom boom boom. Well, let's listen to what he told Andy Dusty on Daybreak Hits. When I come back, Nana Regan gives us some updates, and we run away from here. Running late, but let's do this for the culture.
A lot I've seen videos, pastors saying I'm into occultism, and a lot I've seen videos, pastors saying I'm into occultism, and I try to sacrifice my artists and a whole lot. And you know how hard this work is. Okay, so who will invest time, money, and everything into an artist, and when it's time to reap, the person will sacrifice or kill the artist? It's I don't understand this. You understand? Nobody will do that. Not even the devil. And you understand?
Yes,
so,
yes.
Of course, if I were in their shoes, I'm gonna think the same way. Because I mean, why should this thing happen? Like, why should it always be like that? You understand? And I'm trying to pray to find out like what is really happening. Yeah, I understand them. They can say whatever they want to say, but my heart is clean, my hands are clean between me and God. I've never been to any juju place. I'm not into any occultism. I'm not into anything. I know it's attacks on me spiritually or whatever, so that I can be disgraced or whatever. So I'm taking this thing serious. Trust me, I'm taking it serious.
I was about asking whether you have any suspicion, any spiritual. Do you think anything of the sort could be? Do you suspect anything?
I mean, if it keeps repeating, like you understand. Imagine Wendy had died. Where will I be by now? Ghana for say say, hey, I can't deny this and I say whatever. You understand? So I'm too much like I'm worried. Trust me, like I'm worried, and the thing that I hear is so sad. The thing that and why is this thing happening? You understand? That's why I understand whatever they are saying. I understand them. If I were to be in their shoes, I would say the same or whatever. But I'm just praying to God that, I'm just praying to God, whatever that it is. I know I've not been to any juju, man. As I said, I'm not into anything apart. I only know Jesus Christ. I go to church, I pray. That is all I know. But if it keeps repeating, I know spiritually there's something, you understand? It's from the enemy. I know they want me to be disgraced.
In this case, what will you do?
You have to pray. I have to seek for protection. I have to pray. I keep praying, The spiritual things are real. I mean, we shouldn't frown on that. Spiritual things are real, okay? So, and I've prayed to God that this thing shouldn't happen again at my level. You understand? I don't know where it's I know it's not coming from a camp. From that one, I'm 100% sure it's not coming from a camp. You understand? But wherever this thing is coming from, I pray to God that,
But Bullet,
death should never happen at my record level.
Amen.
Well, so in wrapping up, Nana Reagan just walked in on us, so let's wrap up with him. Nana, so what is update so far? Police, Wendy's health, and the label. How are you guys managing some of these things?
Well, Sammy, thank you very much. In fact, I'm coming from the Kwabena police station.
Okay.
Where the car has been towed to their office, including the tipper truck. So when I went there, they reported that finally they have the driver came to report himself.
Okay.
And he has also taken medical forms to receive some treatment from the hospital.
Okay.
So I also went there to take medical forms for Wendy and her assistant Gifty. And I think right now Wendy is responding to treatment. Just that the doctor still wants to keep their eyes on her so that she can be fully fit or fully recover. So there's nothing wrong now. I mean, personally, my fear has reduced. Looking at how he's responding to the treatment, my fear has reduced. I don't have so much fear like the Sunday morning and all of that. So Wendy is okay. Wendy is okay. So if you're a fan of Wendy out there, you can continue praying. In fact, continue praying, and we should also try as much as possible to reduce the fear. I understand some of them are not even eating. I receive
some of her fans.
Yeah, I received calls from Kumasi. Surprisingly, I received calls from Kumasi where some of them were telling me it wasn't easy for them.
Wow.
They've not been able to eat. Has she been discharged from the hospital? Like, people want to know what exactly is going on. So I can say for sure that she's doing well. She's really responding to treatment.
Oh, I see.
So I think doctors are saying that we should give ourselves some few weeks and she will be back fully.
Okay, but psychologically, is she okay too? Psychologically?
Yes, she's okay. I mean, she can't remember all of her. She talks to everybody. She talks to everybody, Like, Wendy is still Wendy, just that we are just keeping her under, the doctor's eye so that they can take good care of her, so that she can continue to do what she does best.
I see. Now, Bullet responded to a question of people thinking this could be something spiritual with the label, where he said he can't even do that because the devil can't even do that, like to raise an artist, put money in her, and when it's time for you to take the money, then go and sacrifice. The devil can't.
So you go and start from.
The devil can't even do that.
Logically, if you think about it, it doesn't make sense. Like, it is not as if like all these artists go through like 2 decades or 3 decades or 5 decades, and some of these unfortunate things happen.
That's
like,
why it says when it is time for you to enjoy, they go and sacrifice them.
Which investor can say that I've invested over $5 million or $10,000 million into an artist, and then within the space of 5 years, you think you can get even $2 million out of that? You can't. It will take a very long time. So you, the investor, your prayers are that the artist should have a long lifespan, so that you can be reaping and be harvesting small.
Yeah.
But come to think of it, like he rightly said, like in their right senses, the occult, like I'll be very, very surprised at the occult group. Like how
that very occult group.
Yeah, like within from 1 to 5 years, then the person should die. Then we will go and start from scratch again. Do you think it is easy to have an artist and then you blow the artist? It is one of the most difficult things in the music space. It is not easy. People are very, very talented. People are very creative. They are doing stuff. They are putting in much working some in fact.
True.
So if somebody like my boss has the money to invest in an artist, and then you think that because he or your occult, see on the within 1 to 5 years, no, or you'll be a question. Like when you think about some of the comments are very, very fine. Yesterday I was even telling him that I think we need to take actions against some of the people that comes at him like that, because these are words. I understand how he has been able to tolerate it for some time, but these are words from people, and that if you continue, as a time will come, even the people close to you will be doubting themselves.
Yes.
Like they will feel like because it's not coming from one person. And the more people saying
it goes
just into people's minds. I encountered one woman the very night the thing happened. She was drunk sitting at the bar, and Brasame, you should see this woman's passion he was using to say these things.
Wow.
The description.
She didn't even know he knew.
No, she didn't know me. So I was just there watching this one. I was asking myself, hey, man, we only bullet now call awkward and I say, and only now cost Srabo someone and I said, like, you don't understand. But the passion, as if he has more information, that if you cast on person in investigation, will be anymore. And have you seen the woman, that fancy woman? I don't know if you've seen her video apologizing, claiming that Wendy. Like, you can't. Let me tell people, nobody can love an artist than her handlers or his handlers. Nobody.
Yeah.
Nobody.
True.
You don't spend more time with the artist than the handlers do. You don't sacrifice than the handlers do. The time you are sleeping, some of us, we have to make sure the artist is sleeping and snoring before we will sleep. If the artist has not eaten, you can't even eat.
True.
So you don't love the artist than any of us. So when I hear people claiming it is because I said this because I love her.
You love her than who?
You love her than who? If you love the person, then you should be in my position. I cannot go and say that Bullets wants to take the life of Wendy Shay to go and do occult, to go and do this, and then like the way people are saying, because I understand the sacrifices Bullets is making. I can tell you, your regular life, he is living the opposite of your regular life. You may be when between the hours of 7 p.m. and 8 p.m. you're already in bed. It's a starting point for some of us. So people should calm down with this occultic talks, and like I say, before there will be a point to me near you.
I do the draw.
I just saw the
draw. 2 minutes on this. Let's wrap up our time.
We thank God that somebody has owned up as part of the whole incident, I'm talking about the driver, and has taken responsibility. We are just in anticipation to see how far this particular issue goes. It shouldn't just end, okay, I am the owner of the truck, or I'm the driver of the truck, and it ends there. No, it should end in a reasonable way, where people would know who was wrong and who was right, and who did a mistake and all that. It is good. You see, for the other side, that is a bullet's response to this whole issue. Me, I'm saying this, that I say this as when I say it, you brush it off. The spiritual faculty of the industry. You see, Bullet also said that he feels there is an attack on his label. And the attack is not physical. That's what he said. Yes, he is not into occultism. He is not into any form of negativity that is going to take the life of his artist. But he feels some people are working against his label spiritually. That's what he's saying. And I asked myself, okay, if you are feeling this way, definitely there are some people who would also feel this way, coupled with ignorance, who would come and make the statements that Regan was talking about. They believe in those spiritisms and the fact that some people can harm you spiritually here and there, coupled with ignorance, because they don't even know what you are doing. So they will just come and speak bagaya. The spiritual faculty of the industry is one that we must take seriously.
Spiritual department.
The spiritual department. That's what I mean.
Seriously.
Oh yes.
Spiritual department that they don't even bless.
Yes. That's what I mean. We should take it seriously, because whether we like it or not, there are people in the space who believe it. Whether it is Christianity, whether it is Islam, whether it is African traditional religion or whatever, people believe in it.
True.
People believe in it, and since this has moved, even from the labels boss comment, has moved from physical to spiritual, now there's even more evidence for us to pay attention to that particular side. Because first we were thinking about, okay, physically, and this is a physical something that has happened. Who was wrong? Who was not supposed to move at that point? Who was not supposed to do this and that? Now there's a different angle, a different revelation that has come
in all this,
which is the spiritual department. So please, if there are people who also are into the spiritism and the scene and all those stuff, this is when we need their help, not to come and take fans, but to let us know who was wrong and the way forward. Because if the label boss is speaking like this, then you can clearly see that he is worried.
Yeah.
He's clearly worried, and it worries me as well, because he is the boss of the whole label, and his energy sometimes transcends into the artist. So if he's not okay like this, it worries me. I just pray for Wendy and her psyche that she comes out of this in good health. But for the label's boss comment, we shouldn't just let it slide like that.
Okay, we are sure not going to let it slide. We are going to follow it up. On this note, let me say thanks to you guys for being a part of today's edition of Showbiz Daily. It has been a very short one, but tomorrow we will surely resume and do what we've got to do. We have to enter into a quick meeting, and I believe we'll be giving you guys updates right after that meeting when we meet again on this platform. Special thanks to Nana Regan for also keeping faith and keeping active throughout the ordeal. I know he has also been under pressure. The night I remember he called me. I said, now cow come from the uncle. We thank God he also.
Yeah, they will come out. That's came out with my boxer pants.
That's why you already hear there. You can react now. And thanks to Yolanda Mate for always showing up to save the day. Special thanks to Digital Rasta Currency, who is on camera. Richie Flex is the editor director of the show. Until then, to our folks in Kumasi, this Friday or this weekend, we are sure going to spend some time with you guys there. So if you are there, let's link up first at the Kumasi City Mall for the launch of the Pick One by Game Park GH. It is going to be an interesting weekend in Kumasi. See you guys. When we see you, we're out of here.